Stop being an experience for people. Giving away your body like it's nothing sacred, like nothing of value, is why men don't take you seriously. When a man comes into your life and you have no structure, how do you expect to study for the goals that you had before him? So a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm looking for a man. Finish school, finish your studies. Build a routine around going to the gym without needing someone to force you to take care of yourself. For somebody to force you to see your own value is very unattractive. Hello, my beautiful people. Pick up. Like, we are on FaceTime and your girl is calling you, but your girl with wisdom is calling you. So get out your pen, your paper. Let's write some things down, because in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to focus on yourself when you are dating, when you are married, or maybe you just came out of a breakup and you do not know how to detach yourself from that heartbreak or from those expectations that were let down. And I wanted to do a follow-up video on why I don't post my man, and I know you guys had a few questions. Listen, if you are new to seeing my face, welcome. And for all my people returning, welcome back. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. Also, turn your post notifications on so that you do not miss any episodes. I'm going to be talking fast because I'm in my car. I'm about to go to the gym. It's a leg day. I just got body work done yesterday. Just like a car, guys, you need to keep up with that maintenance and the repairs. And when you neglect the repairs, trust me, that's when your car starts to malfunction. And so your body starts to malfunction. So a lot of you guys are running on empty, probably putting all that pressure on your man to fill you up, and you're not even booking your own massages. No, I don't have a code for you. This is not a sponsorship. I'm just like telling you guys, go and get a massage, deep tissue massage or a sports massage, whether you're working out or not. Women should be taking care of their body and just making sure you're getting your muscles worked on. And over this week, I've been having so many conversations with different clients about breakups, about dating. And let me tell you something. You have to understand, it's so important to realize when you are not ready to date. A lot of you guys are in denial, thinking that you're ready to date. You're going into these relationships with high expectations of what a man is supposed to provide for you or deliver, and you don't even have standards for yourself. You don't even have standards that you yourself live up to. You want a man to do this, and you can't even show up for yourself. And so we're going to fix that. I took 2 years off from dating so that I could hold myself accountable and change myself. Listen, when you're ready to change yourself and you personally want a different outcome, whether you want to be a business owner, an entrepreneur, you want to be successful, you want to have money, an abundance of money in your account, you want to have the love and the dream, you want to have genuine love in good relationships and friendships, then you actually have to change yourself. And a lot of you guys, when breakups happen for you, because it's not like we're just dating. I mean, for some people, they've dated the same person for years, probably married them. But for people like me, I've had a few breakups where I had to learn from those breakups. I've had to analyze my behaviors and a lot of toxic traits that I was also bringing into new relationships. And this is why I never had my fairy tale. This is why I had tarnishing relationships, because of my own behavior. And whether it's a woman or a man, I'm not going to be like, oh, women need to hold themselves accountable. People in general need to hold themselves accountable and stop bringing their garbage everywhere. A lot of you guys cannot hold yourself to a certain standard of showing up for yourself, and you want to go into another relationship. I need to fall in love. This guy is going to be my prince and this. And you guys honestly end up just being toxic energy for that other person. That other person is not going to value you. They're probably going to use you for a night. They're going to use that coochie. They're not going to see value in you, not to take you seriously. You should not be dating if you have no goals and no structure. You should not be dating if you have no goals that you're following up on, that you're committed to, or no structure or routine in your current life. A lot of people are just maneuvering through life on survival. If you cannot be consistent in going to the gym or meal prepping or studying, like a lot of my clients, they need to take exams. If you're not committed to your studies, but you're focused on a man, that's just distraction. When a man comes into your life and you have no structure, how do you expect to study for the goals that you had before him? So a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm looking for a man. Finish school, finish your studies, Build a routine around going to the gym without needing someone to force you to take care of yourself. For somebody to force you to see your own value is very unattractive. It's not attractive. Think about it. A lot of the times when you have no structure or routine, you end up chasing a man. You end up clinging to his goals, to his every move, because you have no structure and discipline. It's important to have that kind of structure in your life now, or if you're in a relationship, to build that kind of structure so that you don't end up letting yourself go. Because whether the man was going to stay or leave you, you need to be committed to your goals. We were all born separately. We all gonna die separately. The world is gonna move on with or without you. Yet you think your world revolves around a man's goal. No, you need to have your own goals, structure, some ambition, some grit, some hustle inside of you so that you can attract better and your standards are higher. You should be surrounded by ambitious people. And if you're not, you already know I'm hosting 50 women in my mentorship group July 7th. So the link is down below. Go and sign up. But you should be around ambitious leaders, whether it's female or male. You should be a lion. You should be somebody who wants to learn and is hungry for more, so that you are a contributing player, not somebody who drains and lacks in the relationship. The relationship will never work out because, listen, you can get all you want from a man, right? And he'll manipulate you and he'll use you and he'll take advantage of your time, your energy, and your body. And then years go by and you start to complain that this man did this to you. You allowed it because you had no foundation or structure for yourself. You weren't chasing anything aside from that man's life. You were not contributing to anything. You allowed somebody to dictate and control and manipulate you over the years because you had no foundation or structure. You following? It's so important for you to have goals set apart from your partner. You can come together, like a beautiful thing to come together, but it's not a beautiful thing to be too emotionally or physically or mentally attached to a person for every move that they make. Let me give you an example. When I met my ex-boyfriend, we met in Toronto, and I followed him across Canada for love. I gave up my job. I gave up my dreams. I gave up my goals because I was looking for a certain role. I was looking to be the girlfriend that eventually became the wife. And when that breakup happened, I was so devastated because I had given up so much. I had given up, even living away from my family now. At the time, my dad was still alive. I gave up all the years that I could have spent focusing on my goals and making time for my family and my dad, who was already sick. I gave up all that time to follow a man, and I had no goal set. I had no structure. I was just looking to fill a void from the inside, and I thought it was going to be him. And it's so important for you to be firm and clear on your goals, on your path of what you want to do, so you can actually communicate that to somebody who actually loves you and wants to see you flourish and wants to make sure that you guys are aligned. When you come together with each of your goals, you both align. You guys should be ambitious and disciplined and working on your self-control, not calling up this man every minute like, oh my God, I had a rough day. Can we make love? Or can we do this? Can you cuddle me? Can you treat me like a baby? For all the women that want to say, I'm just a girl, this is why so many I'm just a girl's kind of girls are emotionally drained, mentally drained, or unwell. Okay, you are all running to the internet like, I'm just a girl. It's okay to be in debt. It's okay to not deal with my baggage. It's okay to not heal. It's damn okay to blame everybody else, but not take accountability for your life. How do you expect to manifest or align with a king? You should not be dating if you cannot show up for yourself. And look, the faster you start to commit to your goals, the faster your life will change, the faster your standards will change, and the faster you will align with somebody who is meant to be with you. You guys are forcing relationships with people who don't care about your long-term goals because you had none to begin with. So right now, it's a party. Right now, it's a distraction, but you're too busy trying to get validation and attention and cuddles, your back blown out for a good time right now. For you, that's in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. You're not going to be young. You're not going to be full of energy or life to do this when you're 50 and 60 or 80 years old. You guys are wasting your time with people who are not even growing you or helping you to evolve. Just wasting your time. And when I have children, I'm definitely going to teach them this. You need to have standards. You need to carry yourself and hold yourself like you have purpose. You need to move like you have purpose in this world. When you move like you have purpose, people don't play with you because they know that you're focused and you're on a mission. They know that you're going to show up. And if you're not showing up, if you're not changing and evolving, and every day you quit on yourself or you talk disgustingly to yourself, you look yourself in the mirror, you devalue yourself, how do you expect anyone to put you on a pedestal and actually take you seriously? That is how delusional so many people think. Like, people are going to take me seriously. No, $1 million men are not going to take you seriously. They'll probably pay for you for the night or every few weeks, but they're not going to wife you up. Especially, they're not going to invest in your goals. You're just a good time. You're just a right now and a good time. Before I get into the other points, let's talk about the body for a minute. You know, giving away your body to so many men because you're trying to fix a void. Like, you are sleeping with so many people constantly, or you get out of a breakup and you're like instantly sleeping with somebody, or you go on a date and you're like, oh my God, he might be the one. You are so delusional and just devaluing yourself and your body. You show no one how to respect your body or value your time, your energy, or just you and your goals. Nobody is going to value you when your legs are wide open for anyone at any time. You are easily manipulated and given the body. You can't be just giving out your body just because someone looks good or somebody treated you well for a month or for a year or for 3 weeks. I can't imagine, like, the amount of people that I talk to and they're like, oh, we've been dating for a few weeks or a few months and now we're broken up. Like, you just gave your body away. Like, you already gave him an experience. Listen, ladies, stop being everyone's experience. Stop being an experience for people. Giving away your body like it's nothing sacred, like nothing of value, is why men don't take you seriously. They can easily just have your body because they're nice to you, because they bought you this, or because they made you feel like you're the one. Longevity of actions and consistency is what means the most. Consistency, loyalty, integrity. You guys got to get clear with your values. Like, what are your values? I need you to write them down right now. Yo, self-control, discipline, transparency, respect. What are your values? Those are just a few, but what are your values? What are your core values? What means a lot to you that you hold yourself to and others have to hold themselves to as well when they step to you? Because what? There's no reason why you should be giving away your body to people just because they're nice to you or just because you think they're a potential. Like, y'all should be out here dating for marriage and stop listening to the people on TikTok and YouTube talking about, oh, marriage doesn't exist. Guys are terrible. Men are terrible. You know what? Both men and women don't want to do the work. And I'm not sure why you think you're going to have a different experience if you can't hold yourself accountable. Just really want you to pay attention and understand that men will take advantage of you because of your accessibility, your availability. And they're also not going to value you because you value nothing aside from that man. When you show a man that you're highly invested into him and not your goals, they will definitely take advantage of you and manipulate you. And this is why tons of women will start to complain that this man or their man was manipulative or a narcissist or he was that. You got to read the signs, but you guys also have to be very mindful of when you are not holding yourself to your own goals and your own standards. That is how you lose yourself. That is how you allow people to waste your time. And that's also how you waste your own time. Another tip, girl, like, you are too obsessive. When you are too obsessive over a man, oh my goodness, this is how you end up losing yourself, especially when a woman loses herself right after going on a few dates. You're instantly texting him, calling, you're overly available. You should not be so available where you move everything out the way to provide and make room for this man. When you give your time up and you show people that there's nothing else important aside from a man, they will not take you seriously. They will not value you because, one, like I said before, you value nothing except for his time, his validation, and his attention. Too many women are being way too obsessive and possessive of their men. You guys need to become obsessive about your goals, hungry for more, hungry to develop yourself. But instead, a lot of you guys wouldn't even show up to your goals. You'd be more so concerned about why the man didn't text you back. What is he doing? Why is he talking to these girls? How many of y'all can admit that you lose sleep, that you have been losing sleep, or you have lost sleep in the past because of you being obsessive over a man? Like, I have done this. I remember doing this in my first relationship. I was so obsessive, even though there was clear signs that there were women that he was talking to and entertaining and degrading me behind my back, and I still was so obsessed. It was like a toxic trait of mine that I was just like, no, somehow I have to prove that I am number one. I am deserving of your attention, of your love, while sacrificing my integrity, while sacrificing my value. And when you show a man that all you care about is him, his every move, his validation, his opinion, this is how people manipulate you. This is how people just play you like a puppet and gaslight you. You give people the control when you show that you have no control over your own life. So being obsessive is not allowing you to win. Real men don't want you to be obsessive. Real men want you to have goals. Real men want you to be ambitious. Real men want you to be a contributor in some way and not be annoying where you're like, oh, what are you doing? Why didn't you text me back? Why? Stop always asking so many questions. If a man wants to tell you, he's going to tell you. If he wants to be good to you, he's going to be good to you. Some people just don't have it in their character to be that person. So stop forcing other people to be someone that they're not. When you're obsessive about a man, you just take away from what you could have been doing, especially if it's a waste man, somebody who's just wasting your time, gaslighting you, making you think that you're going to have this pretty picture. It is just a distraction. You have to fit these people into your schedule, into your goals, especially if there's no ring on your finger. Yeah, you should be fitting them into your goals, not letting your goals fit around a man. When you're overly obsessive, that is just a distraction. And some of y'all don't even realize you put off a lot in your life. You procrastinate. You will rather cancel the gym so that you could show up to a date. You rather cancel the gym or eat shitty food just so that you could sit at a table for somebody to stroke your ego. That is a distraction. I guess that's why a lot of women are like, let's decenter men. Sure, but you should just know how to maneuver in life without a man being your only focus. Realize that when you're being overly obsessive, this only takes away from your productivity. It only takes away from where you could go in the future and how you could develop yourself, your skills, your knowledge, your wisdom. A lot of you guys are just sitting around waiting on a text message or on the phone talking about useless things that are not growing you, that are not paying your bills, that's not putting money in your bank account, that's not making you feel good. You're entertaining or fighting with people all the time, or fighting with a man, fighting with a situationship. Life shouldn't be that hard. I don't fight with nobody. I don't fight with my man, my friends, my family. I'm not maneuvering through life unhappy. I just made that decision when I took my 2 years of being single. I was like, yeah, never maneuvering through life unhappy. Don't get me wrong, like in my current moment, like I currently feel right now, I'm battling with whether or not I'm supposed to be in this current city because I just never felt aligned with the city. I just live here, but my heart is not here. Not a person, not a physical person in my life is shifting my energy from my mission or my focus. It's so extremely toxic when your life revolves around a person, especially if they're not your child. If you are fighting or highly obsessed, if you are fighting, if you are unhappy, if you are stressing someone or stressing yourself, or trying to force someone to be someone that they're not, fighting with them, trying to manipulate them, or do the most for them to be someone to you that they're not. Let me tell you right now, you are wasting your time when you could be building your skills, making yourself an asset, maybe even investing into assets instead of sitting here looking like a damn liability. Let's get into another tip. The issue of women wanting to do everything with their partner. Like, you only want to make moves with your partner. You want to be motivated. You want to be empowered. You want to be encouraged. And then that's when you go and take initiative. That is not attractive, especially to a real man. When I raise my standards, because I'm not sure what you guys attract, but I'm going to tell you what I attract. I attract ambitious men. I'm taken, but I attract ambitious, hustling men that are very respectful. A lot of my friends are ambitious. They're millionaires. They're billionaires. They're people that I aspire to be like, whether they're male or female. They have that grind. Don't get me wrong. In the past, When I was vibrating and maneuvering through life at a lower frequency, I wasn't aligning with quality people that could teach me things, that could pour more value into me, that could be leaders for me, people that I could go to when I needed actual opinions to become successful, to think. I had to start my car because, yeah, it's too hot that the phone dies. But what I was saying, I didn't have people in my life that would call me out or hold me accountable. I had people that were okay, that I didn't have standards. I had people in my life that were okay, that I was relying on them, and they could just manipulate me. They could give me opinions that would just, keep me in a ball and hold me stuck. When I made the decision to work on myself, I started reading, I started listening to podcasts, I started dressing differently, I started acting like a leader and a boss for the business that I was creating 5 to 6 years ago, and stepping more into a role of leadership. That's when I started to attract leaders. I started to attract men that have core values, integrity being one, and self-control and discipline. A lot of these successful men and women, a lot of their qualities is just being really disciplined, focused, having a lot of self-control. Like all of those successful people that wake up at the crack of dawn or wake up really early, go to the gym, do their cold plunges, take care of themselves, see their health as a value. They invest in their business. They know how to use their money. They take risks. All of those people have certain qualities and values that I wanted and I still want. And I still work on becoming really disciplined and having more self-control. Let me give you an example of the self-control that I've built over the years. I am a sugar fiend, okay? My body would fluctuate from like 180, and then when I'm competing, 120 to get on stage. I would sometimes take shortcuts or cheat my way, knowing that I'm not going to look my best, I'm not going to show up as my best, but I'm still going to do good enough to win. And good enough is not good enough. When you know that you could be more disciplined and have self-control, we all have, and it says it in the Bible, we all have the spirit of discipline and self-control. And you got to surround yourself around people that hold certain qualities and values that you may lack or that you desire to have. And once you start to change from within, because you see yourself as a leader, you see yourself as an entrepreneur, you see yourself as the woman that has it all or gets it all, gets whatever she wants and is always respected, you will start to maneuver and carry yourself differently. Because a woman that knows that she's going to get whatever she wants, she stands on business, okay? I know that there's some times where I'm like, I don't want to stand on business. Maybe even today, I didn't want to wake up and, get myself together and go to the gym. But I knew that I wanted to make videos. I told myself I was going to do it eventually. And today was the day. Like, I'm not putting it off. I'm actually going to go, whether I want to or not. If you are waiting on other people, especially your man, to motivate you, empower you, it's not attractive. Eventually, it gets annoying because you rely on that person so much to make moves in your life. And a lot of hustlers and ambitious men want women that are ambitious themselves. You don't have to be chasing finances. I'm talking about you just move, whether you want to stay in shape, whether you're the wifey that stays at home and you're taking care of your health, you're taking care of the home. Nobody has to force you or remind you. You just naturally do it. Some of you guys don't want to do anything at all, but expect a man to give you absolutely everything. You don't want to work out. You don't want to take care of yourself. You don't want to eat well. You don't want to take care of the home. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. You don't want to pay for anything, but you don't offer anything. Why would a man want you more than your body? He's just sleeping with you for one night or a few nights, but he's not going to take you seriously. You don't contribute anything. Most of the times you're just a headache. Okay, that is why you need to actually not rely on other people to motivate you to get things rolling. You need to just start doing it. Like, start going after your goals, regardless of who's supporting you or not. And when a man is in your life, they should genuinely want to support you. You shouldn't have to beg them. Okay, if you say, oh, I want to go to school, and they're like, immediately they offer to cover some of your tuition, that's a really good man, but they don't have to do it. It's because they see the value in it. That's why they want to do it. If you are dating the type of men that are stingy, they're not generous, they're not thoughtful, then who cares? Just go and do it on yourself. Eventually, as you show up for yourself more, you will be able to align with generous, thoughtful men. But if you can't be thoughtful and generous and motivating for yourself, why is anyone else going to see the value to do it for you anyways? So a lot of the times, that kind of behavior just shows that you're unreliable or you're not stable because you expect somebody else to motivate you or get things rolling. Stop trying to do everything with your partner, because you know what? It's not fair to them. And that may just lead to resentment because you've been pushing them to do something that you want to do. Take initiative and show that you are serious about it, and maybe then that person will want to become a part of whatever you're doing. They can support you, but they don't have to be involved. If your partner doesn't want to go to Pilates, why force them to go to Pilates? Just go to Pilates. A lot of you guys are like, oh, I can't go by myself. I can't go to the gym by myself. I can't do this by myself. Learn to do things by yourself so you can actually appreciate the people when they're around you. Because oftentimes I didn't even appreciate the people that were sitting at my table until I was alone in my own company. And then I see, wow, I have good people around me. When I'm spending time with myself, I get to see the value in other people. When you're constantly around people, you take advantage of their love, of their kindness, of their commitment to you. Listen, ladies, another common trend with my girls sometimes is that you can become very emotionally dependent, where you're constantly looking for validation, attention, cuddles. Yeah, you're constantly looking for reassurance. This right here is super toxic. You should not be dating if you are going to become emotionally attached or dependent to someone. I want you to pay attention to your past relationships and just think about how you acted in that relationship. Because oftentimes people come out of the relationship, they're like, oh, I lost myself. Oh, he was my support. He was this to me. He was that to me. If you were only dating somebody for less than a year, I'm not even sure why you're crying about it. Why are you crying about it? Like, anything really serious after a year, I think the only reason why you're crying is because you gave away your body. You gave away and gave somebody an experience. Yeah, experience. You gave him the experience, and now he doesn't want to be in your life. That's why you're hurt about it. It's ego. Okay, it's not really a heartbreak. Sometimes it's just your ego and your pride being shattered. He didn't choose you. I've been there. That's why I know this. When you're emotionally dependent on people, they will manipulate you. They will use you. They will control your emotions. They will have you in and out. Some of you guys know that you're not the first pick. Some of you guys know that this person is never going to be dedicated to you. Some of you guys know that this person does not want kids. This person doesn't want anything that you want, but you're forcing this person to be someone that they do not want to be, someone that is not their character. Some of you guys are doing this to yourself and becoming emotionally attached, especially if you've given your body to this person. Sexual ties, baby. This is why you should just hold off. Like I was telling my client the other day, I'm like, you know what? Eventually, when I started dating people, I had to stop giving my body away to people. Like I had to stop, sleeping with people, even if it was a year or 2 years. I'll let you guys paint the picture and have your own conclusions. I'm saying what I'm saying. Stop giving away your body to people that are not actually committed to you. They are not dating for marriage. They are not dating for a future. They are literally just gaslighting you. Okay, stop being naive. You need to practice discernment and step into knowing yourself and sticking to your values, and stop trying to force somebody to become someone that they are not. When you are emotionally dependent on somebody to fill your cup, to tell you that you're beautiful, how many toxic texts are you waiting on for them to be like, oh, you're so beautiful. No, you're the one. No, I wasn't talking to that girl. The minute somebody shows me disloyalty, they stepped out, they're talking to someone else, or they're entertaining someone else, nah, you can never be over here embarrassing me. And you guys allow it. I, old self, allowed it in many relationships or situationships that I thought were going to turn into something. Stop being dreamers and be a doer. There's so many people in the world that are just naive and dreaming. The doers are the ones who actually come out on top. When you know your value, you don't just settle for the breadcrumbs. When you know your value, you don't wait on potential. You're not building potential. That person should already be built, and you should already be built. And if you're not already built, if you're not already disciplined, if you're lacking a lot of qualities that you see in other people that are hungrier than you should not be dating, because that is just a distraction. Get emotionally strong. Get physically, mentally, spiritually, financially strong. Those are the most powerful relationships, because I'm not sure why you guys are in relationships where it's toxic. You cannot be texting me arguing. We also can't be doing this back and forth. A lot of the times, another tip here, we are so used to toxicity from our household, from our childhood, from past relationships, that we think that when a good man does not want to argue, when he's silent, when he's mute, when he handles situations in a calm manner, that they don't care. I've been there. They do care. But that is not how they were raised, and everyone is raised differently. That's why you have to communicate properly to that person. Everyone has a different language of communicating and solving and resolving things, right? And oftentimes you bring your toxicity and your baggage into another relationship that could have been a really good relationship, but if you took the time to heal and develop spiritual maturity, emotional maturity, life would be a whole lot different. Okay? You need to know how to communicate with your girlfriends, with your friends, with the internet. Maneuver more discreet. Stop crying and complaining on the internet in group chats. You can't have people giving you advice that are only going to take your side and make you seem like you're not crazy. Sometimes you are crazy, baby. Crazy is not okay. Crazy is not good. Crazy can be really toxic. And you wanting to fight back and forth or stay in toxic relationships thinking that you're the one, like you're trying to prove a point. Stop trying to prove a point. On this earth, just get to the point where you're not trying to prove yourself. Once you get to the point where you're not trying to prove yourself, you will be so unbothered. A lot of you guys are bothered. You're moving through life bothered. Adapt this unbothered energy. You're going to move through life like you're that woman, because most women that are confident, they know themselves really well, they don't need any reassurance, girl. If you wanted to leave my life would be fine. Right? If you wanted to disrespect me and be disloyal to me, my life would be fine. You'd be on the other side. God always comes through with more and better. And you know what? You know where I get my reassurance from? God. In the Bible, it will always clarify. It will always clarify every time that God has the best for you. His plans are better than yours. So why would I worry if this man can't be loyal to me? Why would I worry? Honestly, I had to just get to the point of not worrying anymore and just staying focused to my mission and to my purpose. Anybody else that comes into my life needs to understand it and be a part of it, like it and respect it. And a lot of you guys are so far from your purpose, or living out your purpose, living out what God really has from you, because you're entertaining toxicity. And because you're so used to it, you haven't broken it up from your spirit, that this is all you entertain. Your head goes back and forth. Any man, actions speak louder than words. And a lot of the times people show you who they are and you allow it and you sit there. I sat in my first relationship for 5 years, knowing, seeing all the red flags, and still sat there until one day after 5 years, I got tired. If you are single right now, I need you to stop playing with yourself. Literally, stop playing with yourself. Stop masturbating. Stop watching porn. Stop entertaining men. Stop growing the seed of lust. And ask God to show you your purpose. Ask God for clarity. Ask God for leaders and mentors around you so that you are on a stronger mission. Stop distracting yourself from the purpose of life, from the reason why God really gave you a life, for the reason why God planted you here, because he knew that you served a purpose. But the devil knows that he can distract you, because what we look for as a human is usually love. The first thing we want is love. We don't want to feel alone. We don't want to feel undervalued. We don't want to feel unseen. We don't want to feel not loved. We don't want to feel lonely. We don't want to feel like an outcast. We don't want to feel invincible. We want to feel loved. We want to feel valued and cared for and nurtured. We want to feel like we're on a pedestal when we're in love. You got to do the work. You have probably grown more lust than belief in what God has for you. The minute I saw that, I was like, thank you, God. I am here for a bigger purpose. My purpose was for you. I'm not looking for love from my man. It's an addition. It's an extension. But it's not what fuels me every single day. Love starts right here, and it's going to be around you when you maneuver out of love and not out of lust and desperation. Oh, my hands are getting tired. Ladies, my last point here, I wanted to share an example with you, but I wrote it down, so I really just want to read it out. I said, a great example of devaluing yourself is trying to change a man or claim a role a man isn't wanting to give you or change for. Devaluing yourself by staying, pleading, and accepting his behaviors, expecting one day you'll be his pick. Expecting that one day you will eventually be his pick. A man that sees your value would do immediately. It's going to act and do and won't cause you any headaches. But listen, if you just spent time being focused and developing your emotional and mental intelligence, you wouldn't even waste your time on these problems. Instead, you would end up crushing a loser's ego, crushing a little boy's ego by walking away and not arguing your point. How many times have we been in relationship trying to prove ourselves that we earn the title of being the wife, earn the title of being the girlfriend of a certain status? Y'all, people go crazy after they get a status like you're a manager. People take their job too seriously. Like, have a good character. Okay? Because you have a nice car doesn't mean you have to be arrogant. Listen, a lot of you guys are trying to prove yourself in relationships or dating. First date, you're like, I do this. Let your actions or let that other person's actions speak more than words. Let it speak more than words. It's starting to rain. I need to get to the gym. But a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm that, I'm this, I work out. Babe, you barely show up to the gym. I was on a call with a potential client, right? And she was like, the only way I'm going to be a client is if we can be friends after. And girl, if I'm coming for you, I'm just coming, right? And I was like, well, actions speak louder than words. If you want to sign up for my mentorship, go ahead, sign up for my mentorship. She said she's moving. I was like, okay, I have a time. But actions speak louder than words. If I like your actions and your behaviors, chances are we will develop a relationship forward. Look at Sharon. Sharon, for example, became my client. We worked on a lot. I pour in my energy and my value into my clients, right? They become an extension of me. Why wouldn't I want to be your friend? Those that don't want to do the work, I'm okay if you don't want a relationship after that. God has placed me into people's lives and placed people in my lives for a reason. So the men that you are expecting to give you the world, start giving yourself the world. You should not be dating unless you have structure, unless you have clarity, unless you're standing on your values and you're not compromising for anyone. What are your core values? What are your goals? Goals for the next few months, your goals for 2026, your goals for 5 years from now. Get clear on what it is that you want, and also write down your ideal dream man. I know y'all want that video. Is coming. Look at the sun coming out while the rain is coming in. You kind of have to have and maneuver through the world. Like, people can't just talk to you or treat you any kind of way. If you don't show people how you treat yourself, that is going to be a clear indicator that they could treat you any kind of way. When you don't show up for yourself and you rely on other people to push you and motivate you, call you beautiful, and you're like, oh, stop it. Girl, say thank you. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Like, you so much. Move along. I'm going to the gym. This is what I'm doing. I'm free at this time. Like, why are you guys so available? Y'all should not be so available. You guys should be like, no, even if you're free. Right now, I have 2 or 3 meetings, and then I can see you at 4 p.m. Like, schedule them in. Like, yeah, come pick me up. Let a man work. Let a man work. Y'all can't be so accessible all the time. Like, hey, I'm free. Let's go out for dinner. No, like, even if you wanted to eat that day, go take yourself out or order in or meal prep and tell that man, no, how about Friday at 6 p.m. and this is where we can go. Come on, like, always be saying yes. You can't always be saying yes, yes, yes. Because the more accessible you are, the more available you are, people just think you have nothing going on with your time and your day. Nah. You get what I mean? I feel like I've gotten everything out of my chest, everything that I wanted to say. We gotta head to the gym. If you guys want a part 2, let me know. I'm sitting here sweating in this car. Don't invite people over to your house, and don't be going over to anybody's house either. Like, stop that. Continue meeting and dating and going places and learning about people, and spend time alone as well. Don't just always be like, yes, I'm available. Like, space those dates out. When you just constantly keep saying yes because you're trying to fill the void of loneliness, that person's going to catch on that you're so lonely and desperate that they can just manipulate you and have you at any time. That doesn't show any value or standard. Like, you gotta let that person work. My man had asked me on a date, and then he wanted more dates. And at the time, I had clients in the evening. I said, sorry, no. I have clients until 8, and then after that, I gotta go home and go to bed. So this is when I'm available. This is when I'm available. And he had to plan those dates out in advance and space them out and use my calendar. Girl, I'm not just available to anybody. The only person I'm available is to my mom. My friends even know, like, if they want to do something, just call me up ahead of time. I'm not available. I'm never going to be too available. It's just not like that. Stop being too available to people. They just gonna take advantage of you. And you allow these people to take advantage of you. You guys should be in the gym working on your insides, in the kitchen working on your insides, so you can glow differently, so you can be a baddie. Because I'm not sure why y'all think you guys should be going on dates and you are not even dedicated and committed to your fitness routine. That is insane. Always get I'm gonna do a really quick workout. I really want to focus on my quads because my legs are looking so good. I'm planning to do a photo shoot in a few weeks, and I just want to be like ready before then. I don't usually train my quads, maybe once a month. So I am gonna train my quads today, see how they're gonna be looking, and then maybe I'll start to incorporate them a little bit more. But I don't like to train my quads too much. I don't like them to be too overpowering on my body. I like my glutes to be big and my waist to be small, and then my quads to be decent. You know, don't forget my mentorship link is linked down below. If you're looking to evolve physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, on every level, then definitely book in 50 women. Ladies, the focus should always be on you. Anything else outside of you is just an addition. If you're not already signed up for my mentorship program, where we are going to be building you and empowering you to stand on business, yeah, what are you waiting for? And if you haven't already subscribed to my fitness channel, what are you waiting for as well? I'm gonna show you how to do this lifestyle seamlessly. Okay, so we did the quad workout. It was so good. I was feeling so good, and I truly enjoyed pushing myself. I like to also incorporate glutes as much as I can throughout my leg days. I actually have more glute focused leg days, so my behind is pretty big, juicy, and muscular, but I also work on just toning my body, toning my legs, growing my muscles so that I do not have cellulite. I get a lot of questions about how do I reduce cellulite. You really have to train your muscles, build muscle, and also tone your muscles through HIIT cardio, jump squats, or doing plyometric exercises, which is like a HIIT style exercise technique for you to be moving your body and burning fat and also tightening up your skin, especially as you are aging. So if you want to learn all of this, then definitely sign up to my 6-week mentorship program, where you're going to be on weekly calls with me, asking questions, learning amongst amazing women, and you're also going to be in a daily exclusive WhatsApp group where you will have me mentoring you for 6 weeks, day by day, baby, brick by brick. I'm just a girl. All right, hi babes. I just got home. I'm gonna make the healthiest smoothie focused on superfoods. Healthy girl. 2 scoops of protein powder, 1 scoop of glutamine. So I had glutamine in my morning lemon juice and water, if y'all know. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of walnuts. Walnuts are so good for you, especially your brain. Walnuts are so good for you. Hemp seeds. I need to get flax seeds. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of hemp seeds, teaspoon of chia seeds, tablespoon of almond butter. My man has crushed this. We have another almond butter in the cupboard, but I'll finish this. Almond butter honestly just makes everything taste so much better. Like, you guys like almond butter or peanut butter? Almond butter or peanut butter? Which kind of girl are you? I thought I had strawberries. I don't. So we're gonna do blueberries, and blueberries are so good for you as well, especially for women. We are gonna do a half a cup of blueberries. Healthy girl. She's a healthy girl. Yeah. Women all over the world. Healthy girl. I think we should add in some dates too. So we got frozen dates. Dates are really good for you. You do not want to have too much of it. So we're going to do like equivalent of like one date. Just going to put in a little bit in that blender for taste. Oh, how can I forget nutmeg and cinnamon? Woo! Cinnamon is also so good for you and your heart health. And nutmeg just makes everything taste better. Healthy girl. You have to honestly eat for fuel. All of the ingredients are going to be so beneficial to your health. And that is what we choose to eat for, not for aesthetics.